So we're in Clovis, California. We're installing a Kohler Cimarron toilet, and what we've got here is a steel ring, powder coated, a little bit of corrosion, not so bad. Existing bolts were in good shape. We went ahead and replaced those anyways, just because, you know, everything's pulled apart, so new bolts. So new brass bolts. Only problem we see down in here, and I hope I don't flip the camera when I'm trying to record this, you can see it's an offset flange that's in the floor. It's a PVC flange, and instead of dumping straight down into the hole, it's got a little diverter on the back side. Typically that happens when the toilet is roughed in incorrectly off the back wall. It's too far out and they spin it back, or too far to the side, and it's just a quick fix. It should have been jackhammered and cut and replumbed, re-cemented and all that, but that requires time and money on the plumbing contractor's part during construction. So anyways, not the worst thing in the world. A little bit of corrosion on the flange, you can see all the way around, rusting, but there's no standing water, so at some point you have a little bit of moisture there. I don't like the steel rings at all, I like the solid plastic, but everything appears to be holding correctly. So we're going to go ahead and get this toilet set and take another video when we're done. So we are finished with the Kohler Cimarron installation. Real nice toilet, elongated, comfort height, plastic seat. I like the wood seats. And then they make the soft close as well. This one doesn't have the soft close, so it'll slam down. But you know, if that becomes you know, a problem, just buy a wood seat. They're about $35, $40 straight from Kohler. It'll fit right on here. They got the quick connect right here, so you pop both of these tabs up, and then you can slide the whole seat out. You can see to clean your toilet. You can see the tabs right there, and then of course those guys slide back in. See there, you need as well, lock those in place. So that's for cleaning around there. We did go ahead and replace the bolts down there. We showed you a picture, or video, first portion of the video showed you the new wax rings, flanged wax ring and then a single wax ring, brand new closet bolts. And it's set, tightened down, steel ring, and of course you got a floating floor in here. And they're great floors. They're problematic with toilets. The reason being is this floats, and so anytime you put downward pressure somewhere, you know, here, which is the footprint of the toilet, you can see all the way around the perimeter. So these two bolts, you're tightening them down and trying to tighten this toilet to the floor, which is cement underneath here. Problem is that around the perimeter, it's trying to compress this floor, because you've got the flooring and then you've got the foam padding down there, and so it's trying to actually compress this entire floor because it's interlocked. You can see there, it's interlocked, you know, there. So it's trying to push it down. So you won't get an absolute tight fit. It is sealed. It is installed correctly. There are no gaps. There was no room for shim. So it's in good shape. I just don't like setting toilets on these floors because you can't get them absolutely tight down. And you don't want to, they're pretty tight, but you don't want to over tighten those bolts either, because steel flange has already got some corrosion on it. You over tighten it and it pulls that steel up. Same thing with plastic, it'll bend that plastic right up until it snaps. So it's as tight as it's going to go. We'll get some little saw in here, cut those bolts off, get the bolt caps on, and we've already tested it. It flushes correctly, fills correctly, shuts off correctly. Outside of that, this installation is done.